Hey, hey, hey! It's the Pacific Northwest Geek here, Echo Zero. I'm sorry about the low energy intro. I am sick at the time I am recording this, but this is my seventh and final entry for 80's week. And this time I will be looking at the 1985 movie Clue, starring, got my notes right here, Tim Curry, Aline Barbarin, Madeline Kahn, Christopher Lloyd, Micah McKeon, Martin Mull, Leanne Warren, and Lee Vang. The story goes is that a group of individuals are invited to this mansion, and it's involving this mysterious Mr. Body who has been blackmailing them. And they're told they have to give code names: Mrs. Peacock, Mr. White, Professor Plum, Mr. Green, Colonel Mustard, and Miss Scarlet. And there, upon getting there, they meet Wadsworth, played by the incredible Tim Curry. And they meet the butler, the cook, the maid and the cook. As they get to know each other, don't want to give too much away. They got to keep things a mystery. They meet Mr. Body, played by Lee Van, who has been the one blackmailing them. All these individuals, they work or live in Washington, D.C., or some kind of connection to the U.S. government. Now, they have a chance, because Mr. Brody shows up. Wadsworth has a way from, basically, he's going to try to help them get out of all this blackmail. But Mr. Body tells him, hey, you got to kill Wadsworth. And he presents them with these gifts that each have the weapons. Because, it's based on the classic game. So, you get the noose, a knife, cancer coda, a gun, a plumbing pipe or whatever that is. Anyways, lights go out. There's a gunshot. When they come on, Mr. Body's dead. One of them has killed Mr. Body, and it appears he might have been poisoned. However, it turns out he's not dead, but because after they leave the room, he gets up, but then someone does eventually kill him. Someone also kills the cook, too. One of them, or more than one of them, is the killer. And what you proceed to get is these people who are, they're eyeing each other, who's the killer, and trying to solve it. They have, less than an hour before the police show up. But other people do end up showing up. A singing telegram, turns out she was the mistress, she was a patient of Professor Plum, played by Christopher Lloyd, who had an affair with her. A cop who was a Mrs. Scarlet, was running a Bao Chihuahua house, and she had been bribing him. A motorist who had problems with his car, turns out he was the former driver for Colonel Mustard. And it also turns out that the cook was the former cook for one of the, I think it's Mrs. Peacock, and the maid was someone basically who was screwing around. She used to work for Mrs. Scarlet, and it's just a cute little film that has three endings. One ending, it turns out that I guess Mrs. Scarlet was the killer, and Wadsworth worked for the FBI. Another, my favorite, is the one where it turns out that Wadsworth is actually the real so he's the real Mr. Body, that the guy they saw was actually the butler, and that he was like, hey, you know what? I got more on you stuff, guy. We're gonna go away, and I'm gonna keep blackmailing you, only for Mr. Green, played by Michael McKean, to shoot him and reveal that he works for the FBI. This film is a nice little film to watch. I mean, Christopher Lloyd and Tim Curry in a movie together. Tim Curry is an awesome actor to begin with, whether it's Rocky Horror, this, or It. He nails it, and he is really good here. Watching him have this energy where he's bouncing all around trying to explain how everything happened, I know what happened. He's running around. He's got everybody following him around the house. It also helps that I was a big fan of this game. I used to have this game. I do not have it anymore. This movie is on Amazon Prime. I will put the link for it, as well as if I can find the trailer, I will put it there. Now again, I am sick, so I'm going to be cutting this review short. But anyways, I've had a blast with 80's week. Thank you to everybody who joined in on this. Jennifer Tucci, Professor Macabro, and I am the White Ice Lord, Wes. It's been a blast. And this is my final installment. The others, they still got a few to do, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they will be delivering. Anyways, I'm the Pacific Northwest Geek, Echo Zero. And I'm going to go lay down. So I will see you on the flip side. Toodaloo.